Hi all, my name is Danya Ashokan. I'm a mindset coach and educator, and in today's video, we are back with answering the questions that you all had asked. And the question that we are going to look at today is that what to do when you're feeling unhappy at your job. So we're going to approach this problem in three different ways. One of the first things that we're going to do to address this problem is to understand what are some of the things that we can do right now that will help us find more joy at our work. Because one of the reasons that we sometimes feel unfulfilled at our work is not entirely because of what we do, but what we don't do. We are doing very little of those things that help us feel joy or that lights our heart up with a lot of spark and enthusiasm for our work. When we're doing very little of those things, that can often cause us to feel very unfulfilled at our work. So right now, one of the first things that you can do is to identify what are some of the things that you can do to help yourself find more joy at your work. So let me speak about this with a couple of examples from my own life. So in one of the first jobs that I used to do as a graduate, as an engineer graduate, was when I was working as a software engineer at an MNC. And there, basically, my work entailed a lot with writing codes and all the work that was associated with my job as a software engineer. But when I started feeling a little unfulfilled at that job, one of the first things that I started looking at was what are the other ways that I could start finding more joy on a regular basis. Because there were, of course, events that would happen, quarterly meetings or annual meetings at our firm, where there would be a lot of team building activities and a lot of fun activities there. But I didn't want to postpone all the fun for up until some later time in my life. I had to find a way where I could find joy on a regular basis. And one of the ways in which I was able to offer myself that space was to be a part of the birthday celebration committee, where basically we would do certain things to make sure that every day there would be someone's birthday in the firm, in that particular team that we were working in, that subunit. And we would find ways in which I found a way to help in celebrating the birthday of that person. I don't want to get into the specifics, but that was a way that I found to be helpful. Another way that I found to be helpful was to engage. So, in during my internship, this is post my MBA, when I was working with another MNC. Again, I started finding that I was getting a little unfulfilled at my job, and the way I found a solution for myself in that particular situation was to work for an NGO that my MNC was associated with, where we would go to that particular NGO on a bi-weekly basis and conduct certain sessions for them. And I used to really enjoy origami at that time, and I used to teach those children also how they could do origami. And basically, the way here is to get clear about what you want to do in a way that would help you find some more joy and fulfillment at your workplace. So this is basically, you need to get really creative over here. It doesn't really have to be something that is very extreme or that needs to really get in the way of your work right now. But it can be something that you can incorporate into your work and find a way that you can find more joy at your work. And the third example I have for you guys today is to share about the experience where I was working with another MNC, and the way I found to find more fulfillment at that particular stage in my life was to work as a part of the COVID relief support team. And another way that I found to be able to find more fulfillment was to work on a research project, which was working on a topic that I held really close to my heart, which was a research project about how we could bring more inclusivity at our workplace. So it was basically an LGBTQ plus research project, and I was very happy to be able to offering my researching and analysis skills and my design skills to help support that particular research project. So my advice for you over here is to start finding few ways that really brings you a lot of joy while you also get to contribute to that organization. A lot of people might come and warn you and tell you things that you're too senior to be doing this work, to be seen doing this work. It can impact your career progress. It can impact the way your leadership and management might perceive you. But I would ask you to pause and not really pay heed to those advices, and instead make sure that you're listening to your own voice. And if this is something that you know in your heart that you find it to be really bringing you a lot of joy, and you're finding a way to contribute to the organization that you're working for, then I think that would be a really fulfilling way where you can bring more visibility for your own selves within the organization, you can build your network, you're interacting with more people, you're working with more people. So in turn, you're actually building your network, and at the same time, you're doing things that's bringing you a lot of joy. So that is what I would recommend you. The first thing that you can do is to start exploring more ways in which you can find joy at your regular work days. It's not about waiting for some annual event to happen and postponing all your joy till that particular day. Instead, find more ways in which you can find more joy and fulfillment in your everyday regular work. Second thing that I would recommend you to start doing is to get clear about why you're staying at your current job. Recognize and understand all the ways in which your current job is adding value into your life, and remember the reason why you chose to join this particular company or work for this particular profession, and remember those reasons and let those reasons give you the clarity about why you have chosen this job. Remembering your why will help you look over those uncomfortable parts about our own job and look forward to those things that actually were the reasons why we started working on that particular job. So the second advice I have for you guys is to remember your why you got started on the job. Probably the reason why you're staying in this job is because it's offering you visa sponsorship in the country that you're currently living in. Or probably the reason why you're staying in this job is because it's offering you with accommodation and other perks that come with the job while you're working and living in a particular country. And probably the reason why you're staying with this job is because it's paying you well and it is paying you sufficiently that makes you feel good about the work that you're contributing for the firm. Or probably the reason why you're staying with this job is because it's offering you some sort of a flexibility that you're not able to find anywhere else. So basically, at this stage, look for all the reasons why you're choosing to stay with this job and look at all the things that is adding to your career. Very often we can get really tunnel vision and get too finicky about the little things that is really bothering us at that particular stage in our life. But if we can take a step back and look at it from a wider perspective and look at this particular firm and this particular opportunity to be giving you the skills, talent, or education, or the skill development opportunity that you need at the current stage in your life, that will probably help you see a bigger picture of how these things could get connected at a future stage, and then look at all the ways in which your current job is offering you something that you need right now in your life. Very often we feel frustrated because we forget to look at all the ways in which our job is also adding value to our life, and we get too focused on all the things that we are doing to add value to this world. But if we can look at that balance in which they are also offering us some value, and recognize and appreciate all the ways in which this particular job or this particular career is adding value to our life, then that can also help us feel more fulfilled at our work. I don't mean to invalidate what you're feeling, and if you have been consistently feeling frustrated for some time in your life, then the idea here is not to invalidate how you're feeling. But for now, what you need to do is immediately start finding ways in which you can find more joy and fulfillment at your current job, and then remember your why, the reason why you got started on this particular job, why you chose to get started in this particular profession, and then appreciate all the ways in which your current job and your current work is adding value into your life. So the first 2 points might help you find more peace about the current reality. But what if you feel that you're ready for something bigger? What if you have a vision that is something much bolder than what all of this temporary job and these temporary solutions are able to provide? So, so for that, what I would advise you is to start looking at getting clear about what is it that you want to create for your reality next. What is it that you're looking for in your career's next phase? What is it that you're looking for? And then look at all the ways in which you can start working on that particular vision. So, for example, if you're looking at a particular job that is slightly different from what you're doing right now, but you feel that you would be able to find more fulfillment in that particular job, then look at what are the skills that you need to perform well in that particular job, and then start finding time so that you can build those skills. Start giving yourself the space and the time that you need to build those skills. Find time in your weekly schedule or your monthly schedule, at least 4 to 5 hours in a month, or 2 hours every weekend, where you can allocate the time you need to build those skill sets that you need to work towards that particular career or that particular profession that you're looking for. So what you need to do at this stage is to get really clear about what you want to experience next in your reality, what you want to create next in your reality. Get really specific about what are the things that matter to you the most, what are the things that you're looking for right now, and then write them down and focus on how you can create that. If there are any new skills that you need to build for that, then start considering enrolling for courses that will help you build those skills. Maybe it is a skill to develop more emotional intelligence where you are able to work more proactively with senior leadership and you're able to handle the situations better. Or it could be something as simple as building better communication skills. So identify what are the skills that you need, what are the exact skills that you need. Do you have that? Are you lacking somewhere? And if you're lacking somewhere, then how can you develop those skills? How can you help yourself enhance those skills? The truth is that sometimes we might find ourselves getting stuck in a pattern where we are waiting for something to happen in an external reality so that we are somehow pulled out of this reality and placed into that particular reality where all our problems are resolved and everything is perfect in our life. But the truth is that in some times, yes, of course, it's possible that that might happen, but sometimes it's also important that we are the ones who are offering ourselves that opportunity. We are the ones who are saving ourselves and putting ourselves and giving ourselves that opportunity that we were so badly looking for. So it's important that we choose ourselves and choose to prioritize our needs and our desires in that particular stage in our life and offer ourselves the space, the time, and the opportunity that we need to build those skills and create the reality that we want to create. Because only we have lived our life, right? Only we have had all the experience that we have had so far in our life. Only we know what our true strengths and capabilities are. Only we know what our weaknesses are. So trust that we are the ones who will be able to craft the next right path for ourselves best. Of course, we can seek inspiration and mentorship and support and guidance and all the help that we need in our journey from others. But remember that it's ultimately us who can save ourselves in the best way possible. No matter how much another person wants to help you in this particular challenge or in this particular situation in your life, know that we are the ones who will be able to help ourselves move forward in the best way possible. So accept all the help that you're getting, but ultimately take responsibility for your life and your career and start identifying what are the specific things that would bring you a lot more fulfillment and joy in your career. It doesn't need to be something really drastic, right? It could be something very close to what you're doing currently in your career, but it could be something that will bring you a little more fulfillment and joy. So start looking and exploring for ways you can create and offer yourself that, and then start working on those things. Start here and now, use all that you have and get moving. Use all the skills, the resources, and all that you currently have in your life that you can help yourself take the next step forward and trust that the universe will meet you halfway and provide you with all that you need to keep moving forward. So, with that faith, acting from that faith, allow yourself to keep moving forward. So these were the three main things that I wanted to discuss in today's video. The first two were things that we can do to help us is find more joy and fulfillment at the present stage of a career. And the third is what we can do to help ourselves consciously choose what we want to create in our career next. I hope you found today's video to be valuable, and if you did, do hit the like button below and do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And do subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Sending a lot of love, strength and peace towards each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, take care and bye.